Aiswail Telsiaya, S.Munshaw Telsqueak, Talitsaquat Chilliwack, British Columbia. Bead This in Your Style is an online beading challenge using the platforms of Instagram and Facebook that presents beaders with a monthly design and asks them to create a piece of beadwork based on that design. Sage Macash, or Nalaquasis, is a Cree beader from Wapmagustui, Quebec, who uses the pronoun they. In the beginning, designs were based on Macash's own original concepts and invited beaders to use a variety of materials, colors, techniques, and styles. Sage was inspired to create Bead This in Your Style after seeing a number of Draw This in Your Style challenges on Instagram. They were excited to see how other beaders would interpret ideas, and so created a monthly beading design challenge. Each month, a designer creates an image for beaders to use as a base for their beadwork. Originally using Macash's own designs, the challenges now include designs by a number of other contributors. Designs draw inspiration from the natural world, as well as seasonal themes. On the Facebook page, Macash encourages beaders to challenge themselves by bringing their own style to someone else's design. They go on to tell beaders, this helps to realize your style and also practice and focus on your beading techniques, as well as trying out new techniques. Bead This in Your Style emphasizes the importance of accessibility in the beadwork. Designs are specifically created to be accessible to all levels of beaders, from beginners to advanced. A quick visual search through their Facebook and Instagram feeds show the variety in skill levels. It is important to note that no works in the Bead This in Your Style challenge may be sold, as the designs belong to the original artists. The Facebook page strongly admonishes beaders that the point of the challenge is not monetary gain, and that it disrespects the original artists who donated their designs by selling them. Beaders are, however, allowed to donate their pieces to charitable fundraisers or auctions, use them as giveaways, gift them to someone they know, or trade them with other artists, all as long as no financial profit is made off of the sales of the piece for personal use. The rules of Bead This in Your Style are quite simple. The overall design must stay the same, but it is up to you to challenge yourself in the beading of the design. When finished, beaders take a picture of their project and post it to the Instagram or Facebook page labeled as finished. While Bead This in Your Style does have a deadline, the last day of the month, they are clear that this is not a contest with a final winner. Many beaders end up going past the deadline but still submit their work, and they recently had a month with no new design in order to give beaders time to work on their unfinished projects. Bead This in Your Style has created a large online community with 7,500 followers on Facebook and almost 10,000 followers on Instagram. This large beading community has become incredibly supportive of each other, encouraging novice beaders and complimenting the expert ones. Unfortunately, no project can exist without controversy. Recently, some in the Bead This in Your Style community have raised concerns about the October 2020 Halloween themed design and its lack of indigeneity. This particular design has sparked a number of conversations in the online community. Concern over the October design prompted Macash to post messages on both Facebook and Instagram, a rare occurrence in what is mostly an image-based platform. They go on to explain that while Macash is Indigenous and beading is a traditional Indigenous art form, Bead This in Your Style is not exclusive to one ethnicity. Macash states the simplicity of the rules: bead the design and don't sell it. Participation is based on understanding these rules, not your race or background. Rakesh specifically asks all artists that their designs not be traditional, sacred, or have any religious or spiritual symbolism in order to embrace all beaders. What started as a simple challenge has quickly grown into a large community of beaders around the world. With the rise of COVID and more people going into quarantine and practicing social distancing, groups like Bead This in Your Style have been an important digitally social connection. People who were not previously comfortable with online platforms like Skype, Zoom, FaceTime, and iChat are learning how to use these tools to stay in touch with family and friends. This forced exposure to technology has opened doors for people to join platforms like Bead This in Your Style and stay connected to others while in isolation. Bead This in Your Style has other benefits as well. For urban Indigenous youth who may not have close community connections for traditional learning, or youth that come from homes that do not have ties to traditional teachings, online movements like this can be an important way of both identity building and cultural maintenance. While recent conversations have pointed out that Bead This in Your Style is not an exclusively Indigenous movement and platform, the values and goals it presents do represent many inherently Indigenous values, as explained by its original creator. Some of these values and teachings include respecting the original artist's design, bringing a good heart and positive intentions to your art, inclusivity and respect to all community members, and focusing on an activity for personal improvement rather than financial gain. Whether you visit the site for identity building and experiencing beadwork as a beginner, or as a seasoned beader simply visiting for cultural maintenance, I encourage you all to check Bead This in Your Style on Facebook and Instagram to join the supportive and respectful community that has been created.